Hey, good morning. This is Maurice Red here with the Red Insurance Group. Very excited for the interview we're going to do today with my personal chiropractor, Dr. Erdmier. And this is a part of a series of interviews we've been doing, talking to people about a variety of topics. And of course, in the new year here, our health is one of the most important topics. So, a lot of you guys know us from Meemic Insurance, which works with educators and teachers. And we know right now for teachers, this has been very trying times to be kind. And that's why I wanted to do this, because I know that teachers are putting a lot of work in right now on a lot of levels and extending themselves inside and outside the classroom, of course, with the pandemic going on. And I think it's important to take care of your health and to look at yourself and be able to keep yourself strong for the things that we're dealing with. So that's why I wanted to bring in Dr. Jared here. And again, he's been my personal chiropractor for the last 5 years. I've seen a lot of great benefits from chiropractic care. And I think that just overall, I think there's some ideas that could be beneficial to all of us. So thanks again for giving the time today, Dr. Jared.
Happy to be here.
Great. Well, so why don't you tell us a little bit about some of the things that I know you've posted a lot of information online, and I had a lot of different classes that you've done, master classes on different topics. So what do you think would be some great ideas for teachers right now to think about in terms of their health?
Sure. Well, thanks, Maurice. First of all, of course, if you guys don't know, Maurice and I are not just, have business relations, but we're personal friends, and Maurice is a heck of a basketball player. And of course, we haven't played in a while. But, for teachers, like I tell so many of the teachers that come see us already, I don't know of a tougher profession right now than to be a teacher, with all the added strain and requests to continue to educate, so many important people in America's youth here. But one of the things that is probably the most common statement said at our clinic right now is, you can't always control the stress in your life, but you can control how the stress affects your body. And that's what we really focus on, which is why not only do we provide corrective chiropractic treatment or spinal alignment treatment, we also are really big advocates of treating the holistic side of the body, everything from nutrition, supplementation, exercise, mindset, and detoxification. Because, when you think about the stress, there's a physical stress, whether you're on your feet all day, teaching in a classroom on a hard surface, or whether you're hunched over a laptop, either speaking into a computer like we are right now, or grading paper, or trying to help a student who's struggling with, internet connection and being online and keeping up with lessons, or whatever it is. But, those stressors, we're starting to see now that it's been give or take 10 months, you're really starting to see how that affects people. There's so many more bulged discs. There's so many people gaining weight. There's so many people with higher blood pressure and just overall inflammation. And there are a lot of things based on the choices you make that can really, make a difference. And one of the reasons why we've gone online during the pandemic here is to try and provide an overall level of service that is, for the most part, complimentary, so that people can achieve their best health, protect themselves, their family, take care of themselves. And so there's a lot of different things that are available. And I think, Maurice, we're going to touch on just a few of those today for, taking stress off your body, lowering inflammation. But that's what we're really passionate about is, whether you're 2 years old or 88 years old, being healthy and taking health in your own control versus being, kind of at a whim or at the, at the mercy of someone else's dictation.
Yeah. Exactly right. And that's one of the reasons why, I love coming to see you guys, is that it's not just about coming in to get an adjustment, but it's also getting education. And as my background as an educator and working with a lot of teachers, the idea that we're kind of educating, that you're educating us on just, the holistic, like you said, the whole side of things, not just about getting an adjustment, but, how do you take care of your body? How do you take care of your, all different types of your body. It's not just your physical side as well. So that's what I love about what you guys are doing there. And my whole family goes now. So all my kids and everything go there to see you. So we definitely love that aspect of it, and that it is a family kind of place as well. So so let's kind of get into a couple ideas here, and maybe some specific things you think for, educators, teachers, like you said, are standing a lot right now. Maybe they're over computer a lot right now. are there some specific things you think they could be doing to help them out?
Yeah. So, first of all, considering the times that we're in, there's never been a harder stress on people's necks and lower backs with the posture that people have been almost required to be in with at home, with remote, with maybe not ideal workstations. And so there's two sides. This one is postural muscle strength, and the other is mobility or flexibility. If you need a good book, if you're over 20 years old, a good book for mobility, pliability, hydration is regardless of how you feel about him as a football player, is the TB12 method. But Tom Brady at 43 is in the Super Bowl yet again, and he exemplifies. I've done quite a bit of research into his regiment and diet, and he does nearly identical things to what we've recommended for a long time. And not that he was recommended from us or anything, but just ultimately when you think about postural muscle strength, most people think about strength in big muscles, your biceps, your chest. But postural muscles, if you look down over a computer for 8 hours a day, or if you stand on a hard surface, one of the National Institute of Health studies that was popularized, it's called desk bound. And the New York Times and some other news articles, they published a study, and it was the tagline on most of the newspaper headlines was sitting is the new smoking. So if you've ever heard that before, sitting is the new smoking, what they found was that for people who sit more than 3 hours per day, your postural muscles get weak, and your essentially your spine shifts out of place, and it creates neurologic tension, muscle tension, poor posture, weakness in the body, which can lead to bulged discs and quite a bit of other stuff. And what Deskbound stated is that every hour over 3 hours is the equivalent of smoking 2 cigarettes per hour on your health. Which again doesn't sound good. It may even seem like a stretch to some people, but what those news, I don't know how the rest of you feel about the news, but I feel like they maybe post what they want to, or what leads to a certain thing. But what even back then, what every news article left out that I personally read was the end of that study showed that if you spend 8 to 15 minutes a day undoing your day, stretching, strengthening your postural muscles, you completely negate the study. So there's no downside. There's no, sitting is the new smoking. It takes 1 to 2 minutes per additional hour, which they estimated to be 8 to 15 minutes. So some basic things that you can do are like look up on YouTube, flow yoga, just create some postural muscle strength, work on pushing your head back and holding it for maybe 2 minutes at a time. Arch your shoulders back and pull your elbows down so you feel your middle back tense instead of, so many people are slouched and their shoulders go forward. And so, those real small basic things can make a big difference. And with postural muscles, the big thing with postural muscles is it's an isometric contraction. So meaning that you need to hold it for 30 seconds or ideally more like 2 minutes straight to get those stronger versus doing like a bench press or a push-up or something. Mm-hmm. So as far as undoing, all that sitting, yoga is fantastic, especially like I said, flow types and anything that's an isometric contraction to undo that. And if you wanted to type in, on your Google search, desk bound stretches, things would come up that would be really simple to do no matter where you are, if you have access to a gym.
That's great. I'm actually, I feel like I'm just like, while you're talking, I want to sit up straighter. I'm standing up right now. And speaking of which, actually a really good point and totally unrehearsed here, is that one of our Meemic Foundation giveaways this month actually, is a VeriDesk standing desk. So this is what I have personally in my office here. And if you guys check out our Facebook page, there's a post on that, but just like, it's a VeriDesk standing desk. It's one of the things you can get with our Meemic Foundation right now. So it's open for any teachers, and just really it's a quick process to kind of pop in, enter your email, and nominate yourself or another teacher who you think might need something like that to win those types of things. All right. So, so we got some exercise ideas from you there. Obviously, teachers, I think also, are busy during the day, health-wise, eating-wise, any ideas in that kind of realm?
Absolutely. So, the largest stressor or cause of inflammation besides just mental stress is what people eat. It's the second most energy intensive thing on the body outside of movement. And what a lot of people don't realize is during stress, we're prone to carb load or carb eat, which feels good at the moment, but actually is shown to reduce your body's overall serotonin and therefore actually lead to more depression type symptoms, more anxiety type symptoms. It can really exacerbate stress. So as much as we want to, or maybe a comfort food sounds good, getting away or going to a low carb, whether you think about keto or paleo or Whole30 or Max Living, we call it the advanced plan, but they're all very similar. Low carb, higher healthy fat, moderate protein style of eating can really take a lot of stress off your body. It can increase your energy levels. It can lower your stress hormones. And since we don't have enough time to go into that in full detail, if you are interested in that, you can simply look through our personal Facebook page, or if you go to YouTube and type in Chiropractic First of Rockford, we just did a 2-part, we call them mini master classes, but they're 36-minute videos. So in 2 36-minute videos, we cover, in my opinion, nearly everything that you need to know about weight loss, healthy eating, the types of foods to eat, and really how to be effective. So if this rings a bell for you, or if you really feel like, 2021, you need to take off the quarantine 15, or you're just really stressed, or you're interested in meal prep, we even have a couple videos on there right around that time about meal prepping, where I'm right in my own kitchen with my wife and my kids. And
Yep.
We're big advocates of being transparent, because you don't want the messenger is not always perfect, but at the same time, you want to take advice from people who are living the way that you're aiming to live, so there's a lot of resources that we're happy to provide. And like I said, they're all complementary, but food, low carb, high healthy fat can take a big strain off the stress level for anybody, but especially if you're a teacher right now.
Yeah, exactly. And I had definitely seen those. I've watched the masterclass for the start of the new year here as well. So I'm working on taking off my quarantine 15 also. So it's everybody's trying to do that these days. So I want to, I definitely recommend checking those videos out. And as we wrap up here, I know, just in terms of people who maybe are interested to maybe come in, I know that you offer a opportunity for people to come in just to get a checkup or a check-in to kind of get a baseline, get x-rays done, just kind of see. So what is that for people out there?
Sure. Quite frankly, we believe very strongly in anybody we're going to work with, it needs to be a relationship. And so we never want price to be a reason that stops someone from at least coming in and checking it out. And what I mean by that is while we aim to provide the best service for the most people, we also have an initial consult fee of a flat $25. So if you come in, exam, consultation with the doctor, x-rays if necessary, the fee for that portion of it is capped at $25, so that at that time we're able to verify your insurance, go over any other costs. And for somebody that's serious about being healthier, I mean, my opinion is $25 is just a no-brainer, and it's an easy way to come in and check it out. We're on, South Perryville Road, just south of Discount Tire, about a mile north of the mall. So for those that are Rockford or even that drive on the highway, it's an easy spot to get to, and we're here if you need us. So.
Great. Yeah, that's it. We've been coming with her whole family. I just give a quick testimony just in terms of my daughter, my oldest daughter, who's in dance, and she was having some issues with her back, and we went to a traditional doctor, and they were recommending. She has scoliosis, and they were recommending her to get like a back brace and do all these kind of things that were really extreme. And we started going to see Dr. Jared, and over a series of time, we definitely saw a great reduction in that, and definitely avoided some of those more extreme measures that I think would have been very, very harmful for her body. And then obviously as a dancer as well, would have probably shortened or cut her dancing career all altogether. So I really recommend anybody just going in and using that opportunity, just kind of go and get a checkup and just see if you have any major issues or not, just kind of go and see, get an x-ray and get an initial consultation just to see if there's anything you might want to get checked out there. So so thank you, Jared, for the time today. Again, as I mentioned, some of the foundation stuff that we have going on, you can check out our Facebook page as well, the Meemic Insurance Group. Obviously, Dr. Jared's Facebook page as well to get information about those types of things. And we want to thank you for the time today and making some time and talking about some great things that hopefully will help people get on a healthier start to 2021.
Yep. Thanks, Maurice. Enjoy your day, all.
All right, guys. Thanks.
Yeah.